You know what's wild? People love to say, it takes time. They'll look you straight in the eyes with their whole sad energy and go, be patient, maybe next year, things will manifest. Like, what? You're literally the creator of your reality. Why are you talking like a powerless side character waiting for the universe to finally notice you? You are not waiting for your manifestation. Your manifestation is waiting for you to finally assume it's done. You think it's time making you wait, but it's actually your own disbelief stretching that timeline out. Here's the thing, manifestation doesn't take time. Time doesn't even exist in the way you think it does. There's no clock in consciousness. There's no divine checklist that says, okay, we'll schedule their money for June and their relationship for December. The only timeline that exists is how long it takes you to believe, how long it takes you to stop doubting, stop begging, and fully step into the knowing that it's done. Let's be real, when you really know something is done, you stop obsessing, right? You're chill, you're relaxed. You walk like someone who already has it. That's the point Neville made again and again. Feeling is the secret. You can't get what you claim you already are not. You can't experience being rich while assuming yourself broke. You can't experience love while assuming yourself unloved. The world mirrors your inner state like a perfect, cold, mechanical reflection. It's not personal, it's not emotional, it's law, period. And that's what people still don't get. They say, I've been manifesting for months, as if it's a badge of honor. You're not supposed to manifest for months. You're supposed to assume once and live from that state, not revisit it like a side project. You're not trying to believe. You either do or you don't. Thinking of your desire as something far away automatically places it after time, and that's why it keeps staying there. When Neville said it won't take long, he wasn't joking. He meant that once you actually feel natural in your new state, you'll realize how fast everything bends to that new identity. But if you keep looking at the 3D and saying, where is it? Where is it? You're reinforcing, I don't have it. You're basically saying to consciousness, yo, let's stay in lack mode for a while longer. And law obeys, not emotionally, just mechanically. It's not punishing you. It's not delaying anything. It's mirroring you, always. And every time you look at your 3D as proof, you reset the assumption that you're waiting, so you keep waiting. You think you're trying, but you're actually practicing the state of not there yet. Let that hit for a second. Every "it's not here" thought is just you solidifying the old version of you in consciousness. Every time you spiral about time, you're literally affirming you don't have it. That's why things feel slow, because you're being slow to believe. You want the mirror to change, but you refuse to change the face in front of it. The people who manifest fast, it's not luck or privilege. It's just that they've decided. They've dropped the old story cold. They've burned that bridge internally. They stopped keeping the old identity alive with emotional CPR. They didn't wait for signs or angel numbers or tarot cards to confirm it. They became it. They said, I am this, and they never looked back. And you can do that too right now, truly, right now. You could sit here and decide that you're done waiting, that you're done identifying with the version of you who's always chasing. You could shift right now to the version who already got the job, the love, the recognition, whatever. Imagine that version of you for just a few seconds, not from the outside like a movie, but from within. How does it feel to live there? To wake up as that version every day? You feel more grounded, yeah? Maybe peaceful, maybe even bored, because it already feels normal. That's the whole trick it has, to feel normal. Not like a fantasy, but like the most ordinary thing in the world. You're not asking for a miracle, you're remembering what's already true in imagination. That's why people say it won't take long. Because once you stop treating your desire like a miracle and start treating it as a fact, the outer world has to fall in line. But here's where most people mess up. They treat assumption like a temporary mood boost. They read some Neville quotes, feel inspired for an hour, then go back to scrolling through the reality they hate, as if loss stopped existing because their mood dipped. No, you can't switch states every 5 minutes and expect a consistent 3D reflection. You have to stay in it, even when your senses scream otherwise. You've stayed in your old story for years without realizing it, complaining, doubting, pitying yourself. And that consistency built your current 3D. Guess what will happen if you hold the new state with the same stubbornness? Quick results. Months won't even make sense anymore. The moment you make peace with the fact that it's already done, everything starts moving. Circumstances start bending, people show up, random events click into place. But it's not magic, it's mechanics. The law responds to what's natural for you to believe. Your subconscious doesn't work in logic, it works in familiarity. Whatever story you repeat the most becomes the atmosphere you breathe. That's what gets projected out. So do you really believe it's done, or are you still hoping it'll be done? There's a massive difference. Hoping keeps it out there. Knowing anchors it right here, now. The difference in results is night and day. When I first learned this, I had to be brutally honest with myself. I realized I was spending 90% of my day trying to convince myself I had something, and only 10% actually living from the assumption that I did. Of course, it took long. I was emotionally living in the waiting room, not the living room of my manifestation. And that tiny inner shift, that's where everything changes. The second you stop being the wanter and finally become the one who has you snap out of waiting mode, that's when 3D starts to bend faster. And trust me, it's not because the universe suddenly allowed it. It's because the old you, the one who kept waiting, finally died. You die in your sins doesn't mean punishment. It means you can't experience higher states while clinging to lower ones. You can't walk around saying, I have it, while secretly feeling sorry for yourself that you don't. Law isn't sentimental. It doesn't care about your tears or time spent. It reflects you perfectly, without emotion. So wipe those pity tears away. I say that with love, because pity doesn't move energy, only conviction does. You can be emotional, cry, vent, that's fine, but after that, remember who you are. You are consciousness itself, not a victim of your story. You wrote the story, and you can delete it just as easily. Say this to yourself right now. It won't take long, because it's already mine. Keep saying it until it feels boring. That boredom is gold. Because when it starts feeling boring, it means it's becoming natural. That naturalness is the portal. That's the bridge. Here's what will likely happen once you truly shift. You'll stop caring about when. You'll stop checking signs. You'll stop looking for evidence. The funniest thing, that's exactly when the evidence rushes in. Why? Because you stopped resisting with impatience. You stopped vibrating at not there yet. Detachment isn't about indifference. It's about internal certainty. You can only detach from what you truly own inside. That's why it's fast. Because you're not waiting anymore. You are it. The truth that it won't take long isn't positive thinking. It's literal physics of consciousness. The external bends instantly to a new command within. But you keep thinking the command didn't work, so you keep issuing opposite ones. One day you're I have it, next day you're where is it? Imagine trying to drive somewhere while slamming both the accelerator and brake. That's what most people do with their mind. That's why time feels stretched. But once you let go of fear and choose one state, it all flows with no resistance. And look, I get it. You've probably seen people online saying, I've been trying for a year. But let's be honest, trying isn't the same as being. If you've been trying, you've been doubting. Law doesn't respond to trying, it responds to assumption. There's no middle ground. You either assume you are or assume you're not. So yes, it can take years for those who take years to believe. But the moment you flip that inner switch, years become days. You can manifest tomorrow, today, right now. Consciousness doesn't wait. You're the one delaying it with your disbelief. And once that clicks, your whole reality shifts from that victim frequency to creator authority. You stop chasing, you start commanding, and everything moves faster because you finally move your mind first. I want you to think of your desires like radio frequencies. Each one exists already. Love, money, success, peace. All of them are broadcasting 24/7. You don't create them, you just tune in. If you're on the frequency of it's taking long, that's exactly what you'll keep tuning. But once you flip the dial to it's done, all good, you'll realize it was never far. You were just listening to the wrong station the whole time. Here's something wild. The future version of you keep imagining. They're not in the future. They exist right now, in imagination, waiting for you to occupy that space. And when you do, you shift timelines. You literally become that version and bring that timeline into your present. Time doesn't cause manifestation, states do. So when you catch yourself thinking, it's been so long, pause and laugh at that thought. Seriously, laugh at it. Because all it's doing is showing you that you're in the wrong state. Instead of entertaining it, just shift back. Nah, it didn't take long. It was instant in consciousness. And soon, your outer world will catch up like, oh, yeah, we forgot to update that part. Because the law works quietly, neutrally, constantly. It doesn't care if your desire is a text from someone or a mansion. It's all one movement of consciousness. The only question is, what's natural for you to be? Are you still natural in your struggle story, or has your new story started feeling more real? Because the moment your new story feels more familiar than the old one, boom, game over. Reality shifts. So stop asking when, stop doubting if, and stop waiting for. The only thing to do is be. Be now what you were trying to become tomorrow. Embody it, breathe it, walk in it, talk from it. Think is it, and it won't take long, because it never did. I hope this gives you clarity. I will meet you with another video soon. Happy manifesting.